Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and I appreciate you being here at the channel today. And for you folks that have not yet done so, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. We appreciate it. And if you find the information beneficial, consider hitting, the like button as well. Now, our topic for you today, it's 6 management skills that every superstar manager has. Okay, if you want to be a superstar manager, look at some of these. Because what's interesting about so much of this is when people get to be promoted to be a manager, usually the reason they get promoted is because they were good in sales. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good at management. I recall myself, going into sales, knowing nothing about it and having to figure it out. And I got promoted to a manager because I was good in sales. But I didn't know the first thing about management, and I really struggled at first, to kind of figure this out. And fortunately, I did. And I want to share some of these things that can make a big difference for you if you have aspirations to become a manager, you want to be that superstar, or if you're a manager right now, and how can you take where you're at, to a whole new level. So let me give you some tips here that can help you do this. So number 1 is a connection with your team. Get to know your staff. Get to know what makes them tick. Why are they there? We talk so much about the super objective and the powerful why for the customer, but look at your staff. Do you know their powerful why? Do you know, what their super objective is? Why is this job important to them? What's the reason for it? Maybe a spouse lost their job and this is their sole source of income. Maybe they're saving up for a big vacation. You don't know for sure, but get to know your staff, know why they're there, know why this is important to them. And not only will this, create that great connection, but it's going to help you manage much more effectively, with your team. Number 2, empathy. Have empathy. Sales can be hard. We talk about it a lot, and I think it can be simple and should be simple, but it can be hard. You start, facing rejection. People are telling you no. Appointments aren't showing up. The boss wants you to hit quota. It can be tough. Have empathy. Doesn't mean we're letting people roll over us, but understand that, hey, most of us, I know for me, when I started, this was tough. And I had people around me that, they continued to be respectful. They continued to, want to see me succeed and help me succeed. And it did. Ultimately, it helped me get through all this. But have empathy, have understanding for your staff and then what they're going through. Doesn't mean they don't have to produce. We have to get them producing, but have some empathy, along the way. You don't want that sense. You don't want them to feel like, well, he just doesn't care. Okay? And there's a lot of folks that do that. Number 3, you want a good two-way communication. And so here's what I mean by this. Keep your staff informed. Let them know what's going on. Depending on the size of your company or, how you communicate with ownership, you might have new things going on, new things happening. Make sure you let your staff know, hey, here's how we're going to promote it. Here's how we're going to sell it. Here's how we're going to answer the phone. Good two-way communication. And I know on that particular topic, one of the things I hear frequently, I hear this from personal trainers a lot, when we get into clubs, and they'll say something like, oh yeah, they never really tell me what's going on. I really don't know if there's any specials that are going on. I really don't know what's happening. And we leave people out of this. Make sure there's good two-way communication. And this doesn't have to just be with sales staff. Front desk should know, trainers should know, operations people. Let everybody know. Not only does that can be a great way to really properly manage, but you might end up getting some additional sales out of it, as well. Number 4 on our list, okay, is empowerment. Okay, we want to empower everybody. And what I mean by that is we want to give them as many tools as we can to help make them successful. For example, you can use this very YouTube channel and have your staff, you want them to look at, 2 specific videos every day. Have them look at those videos, listen to those videos, watch those videos, then you sit down, you talk about it. What'd you learn? What'd you figure out from that? Okay? And so you want to empower your staff to get better. One of the great job descriptions, that I would give a manager is, we want to produce numbers, of course, but we also want to produce other people. We want to develop other people. We want to recreate ourselves. We want more managers because in the end, that's what's going to push you up. Okay. Next on our list is rewards and recognition. rewards and recognition. Reward your staff. Recognize your staff for a job well done. One of the things that I've done since day one as a manager, someone makes a sale, hey, congratulations, thank you. I will say thank you every single time. And they could be having the worst day, the worst week, the worst month, but they made that sale, thank you. I want them to know that it's appreciated. I want them to know that they're appreciated. I'm glad they got it. And give recognition to folks that are doing well. Whether it's, hey, the great job they're doing on attitude, the great way they handled a particular person, how their numbers are up, how they're hanging tough on follow-up. But, give that recognition, offer rewards, and a simple no-cost way to do it, shake their hand and say thank you. Next is, you want to create opportunity and professional development. This goes back to what I was talking to a moment ago. Opportunity and professional development. We don't want, our sales team, the folks that are working directly for us, they may not want to be salespeople forever. How can we develop them? How can we train them? Part of this can be, hey, when you go to lunch, okay, Mary, you're in charge while I'm gone. Here's what I want you to do. So put them in charge right there. Maybe give them some responsibilities to run weekends. Certainly whenever you step away, put them in charge. When you're doing staff training, have them come in and help you with training, because that'll help them teach others. Because just being good at it doesn't necessarily mean you can teach it. So, look for ways to create opportunity for your team, and certainly ways for professional development. And then kind of wrapping this up, okay, for you management superstars, is know that loyalty is a two-way street. We want loyalty from our team, and these things that we're outlining here can help you get that loyalty. And I can speak from just from my personal standpoint, training and developing other people is a great way to develop loyalty, because you're giving them something that they're going to be able to use forever. But know that loyalty is a two-way street. We're asking for loyalty from them. Make sure we're giving it in return. Stay loyal. Stay behind them. Support them, and follow these tips. And these can start making a big difference, because I know a lot of you folks that are in management, no one ever gave you the playbook. No one ever gave you the roadmap. It's just, hey, here's how we make a sale. Hey, here's how I do it. Doesn't necessarily mean that's how they're going to be able to do it. Use this as a bit of a process, a few key steps that you can use to successfully manage, develop your team, and grow the business in your gym. So, folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Hope you enjoyed the content today. If you did, hit the like button. Look forward to talking with you real soon.